Every success story has a chapter that nobody likes to talk about. The pain, the disappointment, the betrayal, the nights when you're up thinking, why me? But here's the truth. I learned pain is one of the best teachers you'll ever have if you know how to translate it. This episode is about that transformation. How you take the hardest seasons of your life and you turn them into the fuel that pushes you forward. Because the road from broke to boardroom, it isn't just about money or status, it's about purpose. And purpose, it doesn't come from comfort, it comes from the fire you survived. Chapter 1, the hurt that built me. I still remember one of the lowest points in my life, being evicted by gunpoint at 9 years old. That moment, it stayed with me. It wasn't just fear, it was humiliation. And for years I told myself I'd never feel that powerless again. That pain, it became my drive. Later in life, that same pain showed up again and again. Different settings, same lesson. When a company I gave everything to sold for millions, I wasn't valued the way I expected to be. I had a choice, get bitter or get better. And that's where the shift happens for most people. Pain can either become your excuse or your energy. See, pain doesn't leave you, it shapes how you move. It teaches you resilience, empathy, and awareness. And if you let it, it becomes a foundation you stand on when everything else shakes. Chapter 2, the shift from survival to significance. When you're broke, pain fuels survival. You just don't want to get out of the situation. But once you get a little success, pain starts to whisper something different. Now what are you gonna do with it? And I learned the lesson after I left my executive role. I had everything people said that I needed, status, money, title, but something was missing. That grind had got me here, but that purpose was supposed to keep me going. And that's when I realized survival gives you motivation, but purpose, it gives you direction. So I started asking deeper questions. Not how do I make more money, but how do I make more meaning? Not what's next for me, but who can I help because of what I've been through? That's how PDP Media was born. That's how From Broke to Boardroom came to life. The pain that once broke me became the blueprint for now what I built. Chapter 3, how to turn pain into purpose. So how do you actually turn pain into purpose? Here's what worked for me and what can work for you. Acknowledge it. Stop pretending it didn't happen. You can't heal what you refuse to feel. Extract the lesson. Ask yourself, what did this teach me about me, about people, about life? Reframe it. Instead of asking why me, ask what now? Apply it. The biggest difference between bitter people and better people is that better people do something with that lesson. For example, when I felt unseen early in my career, I decided I'd create a platform that makes others visible. That's purpose. When I lost money in bad deals, I learned how to protect my worth and started teaching others to do the same. That's purpose. When I faced burnout and exhaustion, I built systems to help people work smarter, not harder. That's purpose. Your purpose is usually hiding in the thing that hurts you the most. You just have to stop running from it long enough to see it clearly. Chapter 4, the boardroom mindset. Here's what separates people who stay broke from people who move to the boardroom. How they view their pain. Broke says, that moment broke me. Boardroom says, that moment built me. Broke people replay the pain. Boardroom people repurpose it. When you reach a certain level, your story stops being just about you. It becomes a survival guide for someone else. And that's what this series is really about. Because whether it's poverty, rejection, layoffs, or loneliness, those moments were never meant to end you. They were meant to equip you. In closing, so here's the message. The pain that you went through wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Everything that you thought was breaking you was actually building the version of you that could handle what's next. Don't act like it's only you who's been through it. We've all had our moments. But the ones who win, they're the ones who turn pain into purpose and purpose into impact. If this episode hit home today, go ahead and drop a comment and tell me what pain shaped your hustle. What lesson changed the way you move? Because the truth is, your story, it isn't over. It's just starting to make sense. Until next time.